channel. Today it'll be a fun day for us. We are introducing our baby Ian to solid food. He's not here with me. He took a nap and he will be waking up pretty soon. So I'll go ahead and prep what he will eat for the first time. This is so exciting. I remember when we introduced Skylar to solid food, it was such a fun experience. And just seeing her taste food for the first time and how her reaction to eat, her reaction to tasting the food and having food in her mouth even for the first time. So we are so excited. Stay tuned, watch till the end and see how it goes. Before we get started, when Ian wakes up and we start the feeding, I just wanted to go through some of the things to look for to know if your baby is ready to start eating solid foods. They're pretty easy, but these are good indicators that your baby is ready to eat solid food. The first one is it's good to wait until they're around 6 months. Some people do 5, some people do 4. I think 6 months is like the average weaning time for the average baby, and that shows that the baby is a little bit more developed. They're not really an infant, and that brings me to the second point. They also have to have good head and neck control, because when babies are born, they are usually, they wobble their heads, they can't support it, and the neck too, and that's not a really good it's not a good posture. Like if your baby has a neck that's bending to the side and you're trying to feed them, it could lead to choking, and it's not the most comfortable. So if you're introducing food before your baby can hold their neck, you have to find a way that they'll be supported all the way, support their head, support their neck, and then so you can start feeding. So it's good to wait until they're around 6 months, which is usually the time that they can be able to hold their neck really well, and the head and neck. The other thing is Ian can now sit properly without falling over. He falls once in a while, but he has managed to be sitting up well, and it's not really straight up because he's a baby. Babies usually tend to lean forward a little bit. When they start sitting, they usually sit way forward, like they're about to tip over. And still, that's not the best time to introduce solid food, because it shows that their back is a little bit curved since they have been they just came from the womb not long ago, so they're still in that curvature. Their spine is not yet really straightened up, and when you're eating, you want your back to be even for adults and anyone else, you want your back to be straight so the food can go straight down into your tummy. If you feed a baby who is not sitting up straight or who is leaning forward too much, then there's a very big likelihood of them throwing up and having a lot of spit, drooling. You'll put the food, but because you're there's a lot of pressure in the tummy area, it's carved under there, in there, so that pressure will sometimes make the food come back up, or it has happened. Like we feed Ian some milk, and right after we sit him down, a little bit of it comes back up because he's in that position, I think. So it's good to wait until they can at least try to it doesn't have to be really straight, but at least they can start looking around. They're not all looking down and carved, like they're at least a little bit upright, so that when you feed them, the food can go down easily. The next thing, and this is the fun thing, is when your baby starts looking at the food that you're eating and they show interest, when you eat, like Ian is doing that. He's been doing that for the last 1 month. He is drooling as I'm eating, and anyone for that matter is eating. He looks at what we're eating and he just wants to either reach for it, or he's looking at when you're putting your spoon in your mouth. It's so interesting. I have been tempted a couple of times to put something in his mouth, but I knew it was not the right time, so I wanted to wait until it's time. And from today, he'll be eating solid food, and his milk intake will go down, so we'll have more solids. I'm thinking we'll be doing this in the morning and in the afternoon, and dinner will be mostly milk. And this is the reason why I think it's good to introduce solids in the morning or in the afternoon, so that if the baby has any kind of reaction to the food, it's still daytime, and it's easy to get help if you need help to take them to the hospital if it's a really bad reaction, like a big rash or a really bad diarrhea, like something is really wrong. Then you have that time in the afternoon or mid-morning to get that sorted out and find help for your baby. If it's nighttime, you give them dinner, it can be a little tricky if you're alone or if you are going to bed, trying to go to the hospital or the ER, or trying to find any other kind of help, trying to find out what's up, what's wrong with your baby. And it might happen in the night, which means you might be sleeping, baby might be uncomfortable, and so that's not like an ideal time. At least for me, I want to try out the foods during the daytime so I can observe and I can get to see how he's reacting to the food the first time the food is in his body. Which brings me to the next point. When I introduce food, at least from what I learned from the mommy class that I took, it's good to introduce at least 1 or 2 types of food at once, and as in a period of like 3-4 days, just introduce 1 type of food and see how the baby is reacting to it. Like, for example, we will start with spinach and sweet potatoes, so he'll have those for the next like 2, 3, 4, even 5 days, so that we can really tell that, okay, this is working, this is good for him, he likes it, he enjoys it, or he doesn't like it, he's getting a rash from it, things like that. And before you move on to the next type of food, then you can know, okay, we can be doing spinach, we can be doing sweet potatoes. If you introduce too many foods at once, what happens is you do not know you might be confused at what caused a certain reaction. Let's say baby gets a bad diarrhea, you might not know what caused that, you might not know might even be confused of how to help the baby, because if you don't know what's causing the problem, how do you find the solution of how to help the baby? If they get a rash after they ate like 4 different types of food, what are you gonna go for to treat that rash and help the baby go back to normal if you don't know what in the 4 types of food they had? If and even the doctors, they really like knowing details so that they are able to do the right thing. So those are the main things, I think. I hope I didn't forget anything. Yeah, so I think those are the major things. Yeah, make sure that the baby is sitting up a little bit better. They're not really curved, they're sitting up a little straight. Make sure that they have good head and neck control. Also make sure that they at least seem interested in the food, and they look at it, they open their mouth when they see food or anything coming near their mouth. Yeah, and also that they are at least 6 months of age, so that their digestive system is also more ready for food. So come with me, guys. I'm gonna go to the kitchen and get the food prepped up. We're gonna puree it. We're gonna puree the spinach and the sweet potatoes, then feed the baby. All right. do 2 more. ready to start eating food. He's so excited. Yeah, aren't you excited? Yeah. So his food is here with me. I think I had showed you the making. Just a little bit. Alright. Here's the food. Yeah. And today it's mostly just gonna be play and introducing him. I want him to touch the food with his fingers and see how it tastes. I want him before we get started, we'll put a bib on him, and then so that we give him the food to touch and all that. Are you ready? Are you ready? Yeah? Nice. So I think we are all set. Okay, so here's the food. You ready? Alright, he's so ready. Let's go ahead. I'm gonna touch it and eat it. I'm gonna, this plate has this rubber thing to help it stick on the high chair. Oh, he's already reaching for it. There you go. Let me first pin the alright, go ahead. Yeah, oh, not the plate. Try to get what's inside the plate. Yeah? See those colorful foods? There's green, there's orange. Yeah? Go ahead. Go ahead, baby. Want me to help you try it out? Here. So there's this little baby spoon. It's carved so they can, oh, it's trying to taste the plate. Here. Okay. Hold this, baby. Hold on this one. Oh no. Okay. And he actually put his hands in. Yeah, so guys, the first time you feed them, it's good to even just let him touch the food. Yeah. Hopefully he puts his hands in his mouth, not the plate, baby. Eat what's on your hands. Okay. Yeah. Let's do this. Here. Let's use a spoon. He just wants to hold the plate, the little bowl. Oh. I better watch out. This might be on me in a second, at an instant. Oh, he got some of it in his mouth. He's really interested. I'm happy about that. He just needs to find a way of like finding a big portion of it in his here. Let me try and help you. Okay, baby. Oh, look at that. Okay, here. Let's try to have this in your mouth. Here. Oh, like that? Yeah? You've never tasted that before, huh? There you go. Some more? Yeah? Have some more. Oh. What do you think, guys? Do you think he likes it? Yeah? He's still interested? Yeah. There, hold your spoon. Nice. Nice. Here, other hand. Nice. Nice. He actually put the spoon in the food in his mouth. Alright guys, this is how it's going. He has taken like at least 1 spoon. At least he's having a taste of what spinach and sweet potato. Oh! It went on me, guys. It went on me right here. Yeah, that's alright. That's what happens when you come feeding baby for the first time, all cleaned up. Yeah? Oh, is that spinach? Yeah? If Skylar were here, she would be saying, eat your veggies. But they went out on the trail, so they'll be back later. Yeah? So that's going to be the end of our video because I don't think he'll be having much. I think right now he just wants to feel the food and have a sense of what this is. Yeah. Thank you so much, guys, for joining us. Until next time, have a good day.